Well, hello everybody and welcome back to Lisa's Coloring Corner. Long time no see. I'm going to be doing a color and chat after this video, and I'll kind of explain everything that's been going on. Suffice it to say, it's been health issues between myself and my boyfriend Bob, so I'll get into that in more detail in the next video, which is going to be a color and chat. Okay, for this video, however, and that's why I didn't want to get into it for this video is going to be a swatching and review of a new set of markers that I received from AspireColor that they wanted me to review for them. It is a set of 80 alcohol markers, and it comes in the standard budget-friendly black canvas bag with the zippered top. Now, I have not really looked at these a whole lot, other than I did look at this card, and it just says, "We are truly grateful for your purchase of the AspireColor alcohol art marker set. As a valued customer, you've earned a special bonus. Visit aspirecolor.com/offer and immediately get a 30% discount on your next purchase, plus other customer-only offers." So if you do purchase this set, you can go to their website and see what all is available. Now, I found this kind of interesting, especially for a budget-friendly marker. It says, please visit aspirecolor.com/chart to print and create your own color chart that matches this marker set. So they actually have a color chart for you to color in with this set of markers. So I thought that was really nice. What I did then is, let's get these out of the way. I went to that website to download the color chart because I thought, okay, great, we could just color this in today. However, let me zoom you in a little. There is a little bit of a problem with this color chart. First and foremost is the letters. The words are so teeny tiny, you almost need magnifiers in order to see what they say. Especially the alphanumeric code in the front. So anybody with a vision impairment would have a very hard time reading these. The second problem I have with this color chart is the squares that you color in. The lines are gray instead of a nice black, and they're very, very thin. Matter of fact, I think on camera you can't even see them. Let's zoom in a little more and maybe you can see them. Yeah. Oh, you can kind of see it here. But yeah, it's very, very faint. So that would be bad enough with water-based mediums or pencil, but with alcohol markers, you know, it bleeds very easily. So to me, this is not a real good way of making a color chart to color in. They do have a second chart that is already colored in, you know. It has all the colors for you already. But again, that's only as accurate as your printer. So while it's nice to look at on screen just to get an idea of the variety of colors in this set, it's not going to be necessarily real accurate, again, according to your printer. So, of course, we always like to swatch out our own mediums, especially the budget-friendly markers. Well, pretty much any markers, but especially them, because they do not, you know, go by the color caps, right? So, I didn't think this was going to be a go, especially for swatching them out on camera. So I thought, there's more than one way to kill a bird, right? So when I had this up on my computer screen, I did a print screen of it. Brought it into MS Word, cropped it down, and put it landscape. I thought, oh, that'll blow it up, right? Okay, yeah, I did that, and it did blow it up, and I thought this would be a little bit, you know, nicer, until I seen that by blowing it up, let me zoom you in a little more, the words and the alphanumeric codes got real blurry. So that too, for this swatching on camera, would not work. So I'm like, okay, I guess I cannot use their color chart to do this swatching out. Y'all know that I would have done my own chart anyhow, right? So yes, I went back to the drawing board, brought up one of my previous color charts, and then I forgot to put in the new name, so I just wrote it in here. Because after we swatch these all out, I'm going to be putting these in my order anyhow and re-swatching them, so I will change that at that time. But what I did is I did take this teeny printed one. Got my magnifiers on. No, not quite. But I did go through and I wrote down all of the codes and the color names ahead of time because I thought nobody wants to sit and watch me write. And there are 80 colors to go through, so I thought that's going to take a long enough time to go through. So I thought, I'll write these down ahead of time according to the order that they have them on here, and it'll go a little bit faster. Now, you'll still have to kind of bear with me as I find the particular color in this bag, but hopefully that won't be too bad. It does come with a colorless blender. And the thing that you're going to notice right off the bat, at least the thing that I noticed right off the bat, is it does say AspireColor dual tip sketch marker. The fine tip has the gray band like many of them do, and then the broad has just the white. So let's look at the chisel tip, or not the chisel, the bullet point fine tip, and then your standard chisel. Looks like a nice firm type of chisel. Comes to a nice point to get into your finer areas. Now again, the thing that I noticed right off the bat that's a little bit different about these budget-friendly markers versus others is there's these little notches on each end, and it's on the back too, in the caps. So you can see, if you have them laying down flat, you can see the color of that particular marker a little bit nicer, which I like. Let's say you're, you know, coloring a picture and you have, you know, 10 different markers out or whatnot to color in that picture, and you have them all laying out. You can see your colors, you know, a little bit nicer with that cutout here. So I do like that. And I haven't seen any of the other markers that have had this particular shape to them. They are square or rectangular, no, pretty much square in shape. So yeah, they're pretty comfortable in the hand. But let's get on to swatching them out. Let's see how juicy they are and how they color, which is the most important thing, right? I'll also be curious to see, and we'll watch to see how accurate the color caps are versus the color that actually comes out. There is an alphanumeric code and a color name on each of the markers. So for instance, this is cerulean blue, so it is B63. And I will be showing you the color caps just to see if each of the colors match up. So I'm also going to be curious to see how many good skin tones we have in this set, because that's kind of one of the main colors we look for in these sets, isn't it? Probably one of the colors that we run out of first. I did also see, as I was writing down all the colors, let's see, here's one. They do have a few fluorescents. And as we all know, in most of these alcohol marker sets, especially these budget-friendly sets, the fluorescent colors are not truly alcohol. They typically are water-based and not good. So if that's the case in here, you know, it would be nice if some of these companies would just not put in fluorescents and give us some more skin tones, or give us some more maybe browns, whatever color is lacking in that particular set. So there are 4 fluorescents in here. So we'll see how they are. Okay, let's get on with the color chart, and I will try to find each color as fast as I can. I will put this sheet back behind it. Okay, now let me pull these over here so I have close access to them. And they do go in numerical order. As I was writing these down, let me zoom you in a little. As I was writing these down, I see they do go, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then it goes to 9, 11, 14, 15. And those are all R's, I'm assuming, for reds. RP, I'm assuming, for red, pink. YR, yellow, orange. But then they have a YR for a salmon pink. So I'm not sure. That's one thing I was going to do too. One moment. Get me a pen out. I was going to jot down, because they want my review of these and any suggestions for improvement. So as I go through and I come across something that I want to tell them, I'm going to quickly jot it down. And then before I get in contact with them, I want to get feedback from you and see if there are any additional things that you can think of that I should let them know about as far as feedback. So let's start with R1, which is wine red. Where are you, wine red? Oh, fluorescent coral red. Here's rose red. Well, let's get out the R's as long as I'm looking through here. Here's vivid red. Let's see, here's wine red. Okay, so I'm going to use the fine tips. You zoomed in enough. Yeah, let's get you in a little more. Okay. So, let's see. Maybe I have this rectangle a little too big. I don't know. Okay. Seems rather juicy. Not too bad. Then we have R2. Oh, let's look at the cap. And yeah, that's pretty close. Not bad. Okay, we have R2 Old Red. I'm assuming that's another dark one. Here we go. R2 Old Red. Kind of blurry, aren't I? Let me see if I can get us focused in a little bit better. That's worse. There we go. Okay, so Old Red. I'll try to keep my paper as straight as possible, and I'll kind of color at an angle. Okay. It's maybe a little bit lighter than the cover, but not too bad. R3, which is rose red, and now we're blurring out here. My gosh, what is going on? Okay, rose red, here we go. R3. Wow, super juicy. Nice. That one matches really well. R4 Vivid Red. So, Vivid Red. I will link these down below. They are on Amazon. Pretty. Good, and that one matches pretty good. R5 Cherry Pink. Cherry Pink. Looks kind of similar to the previous color, at least right now. We'll see when it dries. Does look very similar, doesn't it? Okay. RP then, number 6. See, that's another thing I don't understand. I have 2 more reds here that I pulled out. We go back to R's down here, so I don't know why they threw in some RPs up here and then go back to reds. So the order doesn't make sense to me. Let me jot that down. Order of colors. Okay, RP6. Here we go. RP6, Vivid Pink. Looks nice and bright. Oh yeah, that's a pretty pink. The only nice thing about having a little bit bigger of an area to color in, you really get a good idea in the future from your color chart what the color is versus just a teeny little square. So I guess that's the one good thing. Okay, then we have RP9 Pale Pink. There's pastel, pale pink. Okay, so there is RP9 Pale Pink. Cover shows it to be more pale. Oh yeah. This is a little bit lighter though than what the cover is. So that one's a little bit off. Okay, then we have R11 Carmine. So here we go back to the reds. So here we have Carmine. So again, I'm not understanding their thought process in regards to how they ordered these and numbered them. Maybe they have a reason that I'm just not aware of. Okay, so that is Carmine. Let's see, R14 Vermilion. Vermilion, here we go. Okay, and this looks orangish red. Yep. Okay. And so far, they are all nice and juicy. To the point where a couple of these are almost bled out of the lines. That is a sign of a juicy marker. R15 Geranium. And I can already see a number of these reds are quite similar, that depending on what all the other colors are, we probably could do, you know, have done away with and got some more other colors that we probably are going to feel we would have wanted by the time we get to the end of this. RP17 Pastel Pink. But we shall see. Never enough skin tones and browns and whatnot, and so we'll see how many greens there are. As I was writing down the names, it seemed like there were quite a few greens and blues. I wouldn't say that's pastel, but it does pretty much match the cover. R22, back to a red. French Vermilion. I'm actually finding these okay in the case. And this is a nice orangey red too, or reddish orange I should say. A little bit lighter than the vermilion. A little bit lighter and orangier than the cap, but not bad. YR23 orange. Where are you? Orange, here we are. 23 orange. Oh, I bet you these two would blend nicely together. Pretty. Those look nice next to each other. Get these out of the way that I've already gone through. Okay. YR25 salmon pink. There's a different one. I'm going to grab some of these out again. Salmon pink, salmon pink. Where are you? I'm going to take the colorless blender out. Here's salmon pink. That's why I didn't see it. It didn't look like a pink. YR25 salmon pink. Let's hope maybe this is a skin tone then. Ooh, yes it is. Awesome, awesome. Nice. And yes, it does match the cover pretty good. YR27 powder pink. Powder pink. We have another light one and powder pink. Again, kind of looks skin tone-ish, if that's a word. Oh, it is nice and light. It is definitely on the pinker side, but could be used. Okay, so that matched really well. Then we go to yellows for some reason, because I think there are, well, I think they're classified as purples, but they're actually pinks, so I'll put them off to the side. YR32 deep yellow. Deep yellow, deep yellow. Here we go. So yes, it does look like a darker yellow. Oh yes, almost like an ochre type of color, huh? Okay, then we have lemon yellow, Y35. Here we are. Looks like a pretty sunny yellow. Oh yes, pretty. Not bright, but not the darker yellow either, just in between. So again, these two would make a great blend. Y36 cream. We'll see how light of a yellow that is. Looks almost on the tannish side. So again, we'll see how accurate that is. Oh yeah, it is. Could maybe be used for a darker skin tone. It's a little bit different than what the cap is though. Yeah, not bad. Y37 pastel yellow. Okay. We'll see how pastel it is, because a lot of times when they say pastel, they're not really pastel. Okay, it's not bad. It is a lighter yellow. I guess it's pastel, isn't it? Then we skip to some, sorry for my arm. Let me take a sip here quick. Okay, we go to Y41 olive green. Olive green. Of course, the emptier this case gets, the more they're tipping over, right? I'm going to pull out the black. I know I'm not going to need that for a while. Okay, let's find the olive green. Olive green, where are you? I haven't been having much problems up till now. All right, where are you? I see deep olive green, dark green, mint, grrr. Olive green, what the heck? Well, let me pull the greens out and we'll see if one slipped down, because I'll be needing these out anywho. Okay, now I don't have olive green in my hand, right? Nope. Okay, so must have slipped down in the bag, and that's why I don't like keeping stuff. Here's bronze green. Look what I found. Ah, you do in this set get what's called a needle drawing pen, Superior needle drawing pen. Kind of reminds me of the Copic fine liners. It is metal. It says 0.4. I'm assuming that's 0.4 as far as the width of the tip. Let's see. Nice. Whoops, let's get down on camera. Nice black fine liner. Huh. Let's see if it, yep. Goes on yet. Let's write on the back and just see. Oh, that's really nice. Huh. What a neat addition. You don't see that too often, again, in your budget-friendly set of markers. I did not know that was in there. Well, that's a nice little bonus, isn't it? I'm going to put that off to the side. I like writing a lot of times with those type of fine liners, so pretty neat. Okay, let's go back to our hunt. Our hunt for, let me turn this back over. Am I making you guys dizzy at all? Okay, the elusive olive green. And if nothing else, we will skip it and we will come back to it. Oh, that's why I didn't see it. Olive green looks more, well, I guess it is kind of a greenish brown, ain't it? Okay, Y41. I found it, people. I found it. Sorry. Okay. So I wouldn't call that an olive green, at least not in my mind. But it is a pretty color. This could be used as a brown of some sort. Okay. But again, it is pretty close to the cap. So I like that. Okay, Y42 bronze. Now I took all of these greens out, so now I gotta glance down on the side of them. Okay, bronze green, which to me, this looks like an olive green. We shall see. Yes. So we'll see what the deep olive green next is going to look like. If it's a darker version of this, that would be awesome, because then it would make another great blend. So, deep olive green. It does look darker. So, yeah, that would be great. A little bit different of a tone to it, though. A little bit more yellows in the bronze green versus the deep olive green. Deep olive green is more of a deep olive green. So yeah, I don't think those two would blend together as well as I was thinking. Okay, fresh green. Let's see. Fresh green. And I don't know how light or how deep this would be, because I'm not sure what they classify as a fresh
green. Okay, don't see that one either. Okay, maybe I didn't get them all out of the bag. Oh, that's why. Fresh green is yellow, and it is Y44. So it is a yellow color, but it's called fresh green. And I think I ran across this in a couple of my other budget-friendly marker sets. Yeah, the name does not correspond to color. Let me jot that down too. Name to color. And only in a few instances, you know, it's not all too bad. So let's see if it is truly yellow. Oh yes. But it does go nicely with the yellows, so it's kind of in between the pastel yellow and lemon and deep, so those would make a great blend. G46 Vivid Green. Okay. Vivid Green. Okay, I can tell again, it is pretty close to the cap. It's pretty. Yeah. Okay. GY47, so it must be like a green yellow. I don't know if they're kind of taking after the Copic coloring system where they like to have an alphanumeric code. Although, you know, Copic is YG for yellow green, so I mean it's not exactly the same, but it seems like a lot of your marker sets now are doing an alphanumeric code so that the alpha letter corresponds to the color group that it's falling in. This one doesn't always necessarily ring true though in that regard. So GY47 grass green. Okay, grass green. All right. I wonder if that's another one that does not have a real green cap to it, so I didn't pull it out yet. Oh, let's see. Oh, there's a few that fell down, that's why. Here it is. Okay, here it is. It's definitely a green. GY47 grass green. Okay, I like that color. Again, pretty similar. GY48, yellow green. Haha, found that one. Yellow green. Oh, this is pretty. A nice chartreuse color. Like that. Then we go to the opposite spectrum and we go BG51, which is dark green. There we go. Dark green. And it almost seems like a blue-green. It is a very pretty color, though. Again, very close. BG53 turquoise green. There we go. Turquoise green. Ooh, that's pretty. Pretty color. Okay, so there is our first column of colors. Let's go up to the top of the next column, and we are still in the greens. G54 Viridian. So we have Viridian. Another real deep green. I thought it was going to be very similar, but no, it is a little bit different than the dark green. There's a little bit more of a blue to it. G56 Mint Green. Now this to me does not look mint, but mint green looks kind of like a medium green, and yep, that's what it is. I guess I would rather have the color caps match than have an accurate color name. So that is pretty close. G58 Mint Green Light. So let's see if these two would blend together nicely. Mint Green Light. Looks kind of on the aqua-ish side. Yeah, it is kind of. But, yes, you can definitely tell these two are in the same color family. Yeah, a little bit bluer in the light. So then we have GY59 Pale Green. So here we go into the green yellow again. Pale green. Okay. That is pretty. Now, to me, that's a mint green. Very close. I would say the cap's a little bit darker, but not bad. BG61 Peacock Green. That looks like a pretty green, blue-green. I hope it is this color. We've been pretty lucky so far. Oh, yes. That is pretty. I like that. So again, very, very close. Then we have B62 Marine Blue. So we are going to skip the rest of these greens, I guess. Yeah. Okay, we'll put them on the side. B62 Marine Blue. Now we'll see if I can find these, because I don't have these pulled. Marine. Phthalo, Royal, Cobalt, Pastel. Well, I think I'm going to pull the blues out like I did before, because the bag is starting to get emptier now, so they are falling over more, of course. So I am just going to pull all the blues out, and it'll be easier to find them then. And I won't waste so much of your time. Do I have any other blues in here? Oh, I don't think so. Okay. Okay, so B62 Marine Blue looks like a real kind of a grayish blue. Yep. Okay, B63 Cerulean Blue. I typically love cerulean blue. Ooh, and this one's no exception. That nice bright blue. That is pretty. Yes. B65. Now, I did write ice. I should have written it the way it is on the cap. I don't know why all of them are this way, but all of the budget-friendly sets, instead of ice blue, have LCE blue. So I am gonna, when I type this up, I am gonna put LCE. There's one other big typo in here that is coming up that I thought was kind of funny. But again, I wrote it down how they had it. But that is a very pretty blue. Let me jot that down too as misspelt color names. I think there's only 2 of them in here, if I remember right from writing these out, but I'm not sure. Okay, B67 Pastel Blue. I know it's here, I know it's here, but I don't see it. Prussian Brilliant, oh, pastel, because it doesn't look pastel. Okay, Pastel Blue. Okay, to me, again, that doesn't look real pastel. It is a nice, pretty light blue, though. Goes kind of well with the ice blue, the lice blue, or whatever you want to call it. B68 Turquoise Blue. Okay. That's pretty too. Ooh, so far I am loving these markers. Okay, PB69 Prussian Blue. Not sure what the P and the B stands for. Why they got out of the B's and went to PB. Purple blues? It's the only thing I can think of. I'm not sure. Let's see if they actually correspond to that. So we have Prussian Blue. Looks like a nice deep blue. Oh, yes. Oh, very nice. Be great for a dark background, dark sky. Then we have PB70, which is royal blue. Yay, found it right away. And yes, it looks like your standard royal blue. Excuse me. PB71 Cobalt Blue. Okay, I'm gonna have to take a break. I'll be right back. Alrighty, coughing fit over. PB71 Cobalt Blue. Let's see. At least I hope it is. Cobalt Blue. Oh, that's pretty. To me, this is more of a royal blue than the previous one, but it's still very pretty. Okay, and then we have PB73 Ultramarine. Now, I suppose Ultramarine, I don't have out here because it's ultramarine is usually on the purplish side. So let's look back in here. Yep. Ultramarine PB73. Good thing I thought of that, or I'd be looking forever. Oh, pretty. Don't know why they call it ultramarine and group it in with the blues, because it's very purple. But again, does correspond to the cap. PB74, brilliant blue. And to me, these are, except for ultramarine, they are not on the purple spectrum at all. So I'm not sure, again, why they have PB. Another one kind of on the royal blue end, but brighter, so these two would go together great. Dark blue light, isn't that an oxymoron? PB75. And I got 76 here. Okay, that's next. PB75. Let's look what's left in here now. Okay, one fall down in the bottom. Oh, here we go. Yeah, it looks real purplish. So this one is on the purple side. Dark blue light. Ooh, really pretty orchid kind of color. A little bit more on the blue side. That's pretty too. Then we have the PB76 sky blue, which we always like our light blues, don't we? Oh, that is pretty. Cap looks a little bit grayer than the color, but not bad. P81, pale violet. Now I do have a couple of blues left here, so they must come later. P81, pale violet. So now we're getting into the purples. Let's pull them. Okay, 81. Here's 83. All right, I wrote something wrong. Because P81 says deep violet on here. So I'm assuming the color chart said pale violet and it is deep violet. So I am going to write, and my pen does not work too good. Deep violet. Boy, it's not working good at all. I need a new pen. Oh well. Deep violet. I'll know what it means. And it definitely is not a pale violet. So it must be deep violet. So for any of you that are going to use that color chart, unless I mistyped it, let me quick check and see on here. Because there's so little, I could have missed it. Okay, there is a deep, oh, okay, yeah, the next one. So it is my mistake. I wrote light violet twice, or pale, no, pale violet and light violet. Okay. No, deep violet and light violet. So I wrote it down wrong. Yeah. My mistake. The color chart is correct. Okay, so that was 81. Very pretty purple. A little bit of a lighter than the ultramarine, but very similar. Really pretty. 82 is light violet then. not real light, but a shade lighter of the deep. So again, this would be a nice blend. Then we have P83 Lavender. According to the cap, does not look real lavender, but we shall see. I guess it is. I guess I picture lavender a little bit lighter than this, but so some really pretty purples. The color is a little bit lighter than the cap, but pretty close. P84 Pastel Violet. Again, doesn't really look like a pastel violet, but let's see. No. At least not what I would think of as a pastel violet. But still a pretty orchid purple. Then RP87, so red purple maybe? 87, Azalea. I don't see that one out either, so let's see. I'm just going to pull the rest out of the case because they're all falling over now. We just have the grays and fluorescents and stuff left in here and the browns. So let's just kind of group these and then hopefully I can find them a little bit easier. Brown, gray, fluorescents. There's all the grays. There's a fluorescent. Okay, so I am looking for Azalea Purple. Huh. And I do not see Azalea Purple. Did I accidentally pull it before? RP87. Interesting. I do not see it here. And I'm sure, and then we got RP89 Pale Purple. But I don't see any more purples. Well, let's skip them and come back, unless I missed a couple in the case. Nope. That's curious. We will come back and see if I missed them somewhere. Okay, so we will go on to browns. BR91, which is Natural Oak. I do like the fact they are really good about which caps they should put white lettering on and which caps they should put the black lettering on. They're real good about that. Caps are very easy to read. Nice big alphanumeric characters, and the words of the color are very easy to read too. So I do like that. Very pretty brown. Like that. Oh, I remember. I put these two up here because I was doing the pinks before. Duh! You guys probably remembered that and are like, hey, dummy. So we have RP87, Azalea Purple. Because, yeah, these two technically look pink and definitely are. But very pretty pink. And then the pale purple, RP89, which, yes, definitely is not a pale purple. But again, is a very pretty pink. And I think we had this problem also in some of the other budget-friendly sets where, you know, there were some purples that were pinks. Okay, now we can get back to the browns. BR95, Burnt Sienna. Burnt sienna. Looks like another nice brown. Another little bit darker of a brown, but yet different than the oak. Oak has a tinge of reddish to it, doesn't it? BR96 mahogany. Okay, a little bit lighter. Another pretty brown. Then BR97 Rose. Now this is the other one that had the funny name. Instead of Rose Beige, it's BERGE. And again, I'm thinking that there might be a translation type of spelling error in a couple of these. I'm not sure. Or there was just a bad distinction between an I and an R when these got typed up. I don't know, but Rose Beige. Okay. And yes, if you do not believe me, here it is. Let's go down a little bit so it focuses. Well, it's kind of hard to see. There we go. Rose Beige. Oh, this is a nice lighter brown though. This kind of reminds me in the Cali Arts and some of the others of the potato brown. A little bit lighter version of the potato brown. But the potato brown is a lot of our favorite colors out of the browns. Could also be used for a dark skin tone though. A couple of these could be. So, BR98 Chestnut Brown. Nope, that's Raw Umber. Chestnut Brown. Looks like a real dark brown. Oh, yes. So far, it looks like we have a good mix of colors, but we will go through that at the end. All right, that is the first page. Let's go on to the next sheet. Okay, so now we are going to finish up with the browns. We have BR102 Raw Umber. Okay. Another really pretty brown. Okay, then there is a brown gray. That is not with the grays. It is up here with the brown, so it's BR104. And it is definitely a brown. Looks like a tan, which would be great. Yes. Good. We didn't have really many other lighter tan colors. There was one that looked kind of like an ochre, but okay, then, oh, here comes the test. We have our 4 fluorescents. We have first up F121 Fluorescent Coral Red. We shall see. Oh my. I think these fluorescents are truly alcohol fluorescents. I wouldn't call that fluorescent, but it will go nicely with the reds. Oh, I just smelt it, and yes, the fluorescents are alcohol. Woohoo! Yay! Another plus. F122 fluorescent orange, and the cap definitely looks fluorescent orange. It's getting a little bit brighter out here, so have to hurry up and finish this. Ooh, look at that. And yes, these are alcohol. Yay. Because the fluorescents are great on any kind of black background type of picture you're doing. F123, fluorescent yellow. So this should look like our yellow highlighter, right? And it does. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, fluorescent green. Doesn't look real green. Looks kind of, well, maybe it's a yellow green. Oh no, this almost looks more yellow than the previous one. There might be a tinge of green to it, but I definitely wouldn't, unless it's kind of yellow chartreuse, maybe, sort of. Kind of hard to see how it's picking up on camera, but there might be a tinge of green to it. Like I said, maybe like a yellow chartreuse. So maybe it would go good with that other bright green that I said kind of looked like a chartreuse. And here we have R131 Skin White. So that was one I wanted to see too, if this was going to be a good skin tone. Looks kind of pinkish on the cap, so we shall see. It is on the pinker side, but I think it would make a very nice skin color. So that's good. We have another one that will work. And it's actually not quite as pink as the cap is showing, so that's good. Awesome. Then we have GY167. So now we're going back to them couple of greens that should have been previous. 167 pale green light. So again, I'm not sure if they're thinking in regard to numbering these, because again, they are going in numerical order, but they don't stay within the color groups. Oh, nice, pretty pale. Now to me, this is the mint green. At least, or pastel green, or what have you. Very pretty. Then we have GY172 Spectrum Green. This is the last of the greens. Oh yeah, and these two, the previous one and this one, would go really nicely together. Same tones. Sorta. I mean, that one might be a little bit on the yellower side. But okay, then we have a couple of the blues that they skipped before. PB1, and then I screwed up that number. I think it was supposed to be 183. Yes. Phthalo blue. That's a pretty blue. I can see it already. Very pretty. Last of the blues is PB185. I'm assuming is this one. Yep. Oh, nice sky blue. Both of these two would be really pretty for in the sky or water. Then we get to BG5 blue gray. It's one thing I noticed about these two is they just have the name as blue gray for each of them, rather than having like the 5 after it, or the next one is BG7 blue gray. Should technically be blue gray 7, I would think, rather than having the same name. But that's okay, as long as they have the BG5, right? Blue gray, number 5. So yes, that is very nice. Considering it's an 80 set, they do not have a ton of grays, as you can see. which is nice because to me, they still have a little bit too many. I would much, and again, we'll look over all of the colors together and we'll see kind of where we think they could maybe take some colors out and add some other places. But then we have the Blue Gray 7. Yep, nice blend with the former one, just a shade lighter. Very pretty. Then we go on to the warm grays. We have 3 warm grays. Warm gray 3. Oh yeah, that's a nice warm gray. Warm gray 5. And a warm gray 9. There we go. Okay, so those are the warm grays. So then we get to the cool grays. And cool grays, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Cool gray, nope, that's green gray. We have cool gray 2. Nice, pretty silvery gray. Cool gray 4. We're getting down there, folks. I can find the markers easier now. Cool gray 6. Cool gray 9. Nice, really deep cool gray. Then we have a couple of green grays. So we have green gray 1. Which is kind of nice to include. This marker seems just a tad on the dry side. The other ones all seemed pretty juicy. That one's a little bit drier. Not bad, but... And then green gray 7. Yeah, this one's much juicier. So if that's the case, we can just always take out the chisel tip, add in a few drops of rubbing alcohol. All we have left is the black. See how good of a deep black it is, 120. And it is a nice dark, deep black. All right, and then just the colorless blender. Let's just, for the heck of it, let's go across a brown, and let's just see how the colorless blender erases, because as we all know, oh, that works nice. As we all know, colorless blender is not a blender. It is an eraser pen, basically, because it's just alcohol. So it kind of helps to erase mistakes, and yes, it works very nice. All right, that is all of the colors. Let's go back out. Let's bring the entire chart in, and let me zoom you back out a little more. Okay, so here we go. Now, what do you guys think as far as the selection of colors, even though they're out of order in some areas? Again, my preference is could have done without a few, a few less grays, more skin tones. We always want more skin tones. Otherwise, it seems like there's a number of yellows, pinks, even though they're called purples. There's quite a few different shades of pinks, tons of reds, and some of them are quite similar. I think the Vivid Red and Cherry Pink are very close. So in my opinion, we could have done without a few of these reds, and maybe threw in a few more oranges, because there's not a lot of orange. And again, we always want more skin colors. Greens, there's quite a few greens. We have some deep greens, maybe a few more, like a really pretty spring green, otherwise the greens aren't bad. Blues, we have a whole ton of blues. So, and then we even have the two over here, the real light blues. So I think blues are pretty set. Let's compare this sky blue and that phthalo blue. They're very similar, aren't they? This one and this one. Not sure if you can see that on camera, but yeah, they're quite similar. So could have maybe done without one of them because they're so close. But yeah, the rest of the blues, maybe a few more purples. There weren't a lot of purples in here. Some of you aren't purple people. Purple people. I am a purple person. So maybe a few more purples. And I think the thing they really need though is, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I guess 7 browns, which I guess isn't real bad. And we could kind of throw this deep yellow, maybe the olive green, into blending maybe with the browns. But I think we could have maybe had a light, maybe a nice lighter brown. But I think overall they have really a nice selection of colors for 80 colors. And I would like to get your opinions, see what you think about the selection of colors, how you think they lay down. I think they're great. I do like the design of the caps. They come on and off quite easy, but yet they snap on so that your marker's not going to dry out. So there's a nice click there. The ordering system and naming system, yeah, but we're kind of used to that with our budget-friendly markers, and I think it's a really nice addition to include the fine liner pen. So I like that. So I guess that is my review and swatching of the AspireColor alcohol marker set. And again, this is a set of 80. I will link them down below, and I am going to, after this video, be doing a color and chat with you guys, coloring with this set of markers, because as we all know, it's one thing to swatch them out and say, oh, either I like them or I really don't like them. But then once we color with them, we could have a total different opinion of them. So right as of now, I would give them a definite thumbs up, but we shall see after the color and chat if I still feel the same way. So I guess that's the end of this video. I will see you in the next video. I am hoping to have both of these up today. Today is Saturday. So I'm going to try to make up some of the recording during the week that I missed, and get a few recorded today, and then hopefully this one and the color and chat out today yet. So I hope you enjoyed watching this swatching, that rhymed, watching this swatching and review of the AspireColor markers. And if you did, hit that like button. Please subscribe if you are new to my channel. And as always, happy coloring. Bye, guys.